People of Interest is brought to you in part by the hit CBS crime drama Person of Interest, and would like to remind you that these two shows are in no way affiliated at all. Not even a little bit.
It's not often that a biographer becomes more prolific than his subjects, but for Tom Rockland, it comes with the territory. Rockland has written over 20 biographies about incredibly obscure celebrities, including the lesser half of Wham, Andrew Ridgeley, character actor Vincent Schiavelli, former Bond girl and Charlie's Angel Tanya Roberts, voice of Tony the Tiger Thurl Ravenscroft, singer Peebo Bryson, and comedian and singer Vicki Lawrence. Rockland's latest biography hits stores next week and is about 80s heartthrob C. Thomas Howell. It is entitled The Soul of an Outsider, which my researchers are pretty sure is a reference to two films that Howell has been in. Tom Rockland, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tom, I think the first question is, how do you pick your the topics of your biography?
These are people I've had a passion for over the years. Some would say an obsessive passion for. It started when I was a child. It was the musician Tiffany.
Sure. I think we're alone now.
Yeah. She was never alone in my heart. These are people that over the years I've become very attached to. I'm very attached to these people.
So your first biography about Thurl Ravenscroft, the voice of Tony the Tiger, what caused you to write a biography about him?
Well, I think it was his role in The Haunted Mansion that really drew me to it. People always think of him as Tony the Tiger. They're great.
Yeah.
For me, it was Grim Grinning Ghosts. Because when I was a child, he would sing Grim Grinning Ghosts Come Out to Socialize, and I couldn't socialize. So Thurl spoke to me on a level that, your Leif Eriksons and your other heartthrobs of the 80s and 70s, your Ray Parker Jr.'s couldn't possibly do. So Thurl was my jam,
That is very heartwarming. Now, a lot of people have leveled criticism that the subject of your biographies aren't worth biographies. How do you answer that?
Okay, I hear this all the time. And people say that Josie Davis from Charles in Charge doesn't deserve a 600-page book. Yes. But I say she does. The unexamined life is not worth living. And these are people who we've seen year in and year out, and we don't give a damn about them. But I do.
Yeah.
And thanks to Amazon's self-publishing system, it allows me to put these books out on a quarterly basis. Without any checks or editors or anything like that.
Yeah, that is another question. A lot of people wonder, how do you get so much research about subjects who ostensibly don't have that much published about them?
Well, it starts with a FOIA request to the FBI, to the CIA, to see if anything has been declassified about, say, Vincent Schiavelli,
Sure.
Thurl Ravenscroft. We're talking Andrew Ridgeley. We're talking even a lesser member of the Three Stooges, or Curly Joe Dorita. And these are, I start with a FOIA request, and then I follow through with several letters to their lawyers and loved ones. I've been told maybe these are really strong letters, but this is how important this is to me. I care about these subjects. I want to know everything about them. And that's the only way to get down to it, is to say to these people, look, you give me the information I need, or I will raise hell. And Curly Joe Dorita's grandniece didn't care for that type of...
Sure.
The less said about that court case, the better. I'm going to bring it up because I didn't want you to bring it up.
Of course not.
I want
to
categorically deny what she alleged in that affidavit. I did not strike her fiat.
Sure. With a golf club.
No, it was not a golf club. Okay? Cricket bat or less. I will only admit to that.
Okay, sure.
that's why I'm laying off the Lesser Stooges at this point.
Yes.
And we will not get a Joe Besser book, unfortunately. The world is the lesser forward.
Yes. One of the, so some of these, some of your people are still alive, some of your subjects, and one of the things is, C. Thomas Howell, for instance, in your latest book, he's still somewhat active as an actor. Why now? Why some of these actors and actresses and musicians and whatnot?
Well, in an odd spin, C. Thomas Howell's people reached out to me, and they wanted me to write a book because the film Side Out, his volleyball movie from 1986, was being released on Blu-ray. And they wanted to have some sort of a press push, and no one was biting. Unfortunately. C. Thomas Howell is a genius. Honestly, he's not my cup of tea. I was working on the Slim Goodbody autobiography. I'm ghostwriting that, actually.
Sure.
That man's going to live forever. Keeps his kidneys in tip-top condition.
Fantastic.
But C. Thomas Howell's people, they were very persistent. I wasn't interested, but then they brought up a truck of money.
Wow.
Which I'm not used to.
Sure.
I know you'd be shocked, but the Josie Davis book did not sell very well.
Really?
People were like, what about Nicole Eggert? What about Willie Ames, Buddy from Charles and Charles? I say, I'm not interested in those people. Those stories have been told. People know Willie Ames was Bible Man.
Yes.
People know that Chachi, it's the same.
Yes.
Scott Baio.
He was in charge.
He's Bob Loblaw. We don't need to know more about him. I need to know more about Josie Davis. What did she do after she did Dead at 21 on MTV in 1994?
That's a good question.
Yeah. It's a sad tale. It's a sad tale of alleged drugs. I can't say.
Right, of course. You're only going by the records.
So I don't want to get sued again.
Yes.
This is my passion.
Sure. Now, again, with some of your subjects we're still at, have any of them, after you've written a book about them, reached out to you in either positive or negative feedback?
Sure. Joe Don Baker has threatened my life on several occasions with physical violence.
Anything in particular?
He didn't care for the fact that I underplayed his roles in, say, GoldenEye.
Sure.
And played up more his roles in Mitchell from 1972.
Sure.
I care more about the underplayed and not so much about the popular.
Right.
That's the kind of iconoclast I am.
I mean, it's sort of your bread and butter.
Sure. It's the macabre. It's the weird.
Yes.
I revel in this stuff. This is what makes my heart sing.
Now, you actually, I've heard that you dabble in impressions of obscure celebrities. Is that correct?
You're putting me on the spot here, I tell you. I have been known. Sure.
Could we give you, can you give us one of your favorites?
Sure. Throw it out. How about this is me as Spiro Agnew.
Okay.
My favorite vice president.
Right.
Resigned in disgrace, but
yes.
I mean, that was taxes. That wasn't Watergate. Watergate wasn't him, guys. Watergate wasn't him.
Yes.
Spiro Agnew. I resign from the vice presidency of the United States.
Wow.
Right?
Amazing.
Okay.
I assume that's what he sounded like.
Yeah. That's the beauty of Spiro Agnew, is that he really is everywhere. We want to
Now, I understand that you also you've come into some trouble lately. You've been reaching out to. You tried for the money reasons to profile a more popular celebrity, Brad Pitt, and that didn't work out. What happened there?
The problem is that I don't like to research well, and there's a lot of information about Brad Pitt. He has a large body of work.
Yeah.
I like to write a lot about a little. and not a little about a lot. That's the challenge to me, is to find the beauty in the little. But Brad Pitt, he's been in magazines since 1939.
Yeah.
I mean, Premiere magazine, he's topless in the cup. Like, what am I going to do with that? You know? And then he gets married, and then there's all the pictures and the penis thing, you know. He was caught nude in a boat off the coast of Saint-Tropez. I thought you knew that.
No, it's the first time.
Yeah, it's not as impressive as you think. It's like Catherine Zeta-Jones. You know, it's not as, you have an image in your head, you think it's going to be, that took the wind out of my sails, seeing that he didn't have any wind in his.
Well, nothing's going to be as impressive as your body of work. Tom Rockland, thank you so much.
Actual support for People of Interest is brought to you by Philly Improv Theater, Philly's home for comedy. In addition to shows every week of the year, PHIT offers classes in improv, sketch, and stand-up. For more information, visit phillyimprovtheater.com.